Welcome back to designing and publishing a website in Figma Sites. So as we are progressing through the design of our website and as we're setting up individual pages, responsifying them, redesigning components and so on, I thought it might be actually a good opportunity to set up all the page placeholders and links so that all the menu links actually work. Okay. So this means that we need to create a page placeholder for blog, article, detail, case studies. We have these two. Actually, no, we have these two. So we have to do press releases, about us, contact us, and career. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to be using these pages, these page placeholders, and duplicate them. Okay, so we have finalized the customers page. And that means the next step would be blog. So let me just move these over here and let me actually duplicate this one and make it say /blog. Okay, so this is a blog. And then I'm going to select this headline and change it to blog. Okay, so that when testing, we actually know what page we're on. The next thing, I'm going to fix the header. So I'm going to make sure it goes from edge to edge and it says left and right, and then similarly with the tablet and then also the mobile. This is because we need this interaction to, basically we need the menu to be fully responsive like this. Okay, now with blog finished, let me duplicate this and go article detail. So that's going to be /article detail. And by the way, I am duplicating by pressing Option and then click and dragging. Okay, so that's going to be article detail. Let me change the headline to article detail. You can see how it's propagating onto all these breakpoints. And then we have case studies. So we already created a placeholder for case studies. So let me move that over here. Then next would be press releases. So let me actually just also duplicate this and go press releases. Press releases. It's automatically adding the dash, which is good. I'm going to change this to press releases. And you can see that the headline changes across all the sizes. Again, very easy to make changes like that. Then we have brand assets. We already have a page for that. About us, we need to duplicate it again and do /about-us and also change the headline about us and then contact us and career. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this twice. That's going to be contact us and careers. So let's do contact us and careers. I'm going to also change the headline, contact us, and then careers. Okay. All right. So we have all the page placeholders in place currently. Now we actually need to set up our menu so that we can actually navigate and click through to these pages. Because if I launch the preview, you can see that, for example, if I try and go to About Us, nothing happens because the interaction is not defined, even though the page clearly exists. About Us page is right here. We just cannot navigate using the menu to go to the About Us page. So we need to change that. And if I go over here to our header menu that we, by the way, finished in episodes 48 through 50, I am going to go one by one and assign links on both desktop and mobile version of the menu. Features, integrations, and customers. All of these three, so we got features, integrations, and then finally customers. You can see that all of these three have the links already set up. So we need to do blog. So I'm going to select the blog menu item instance and then do Command Option A, and that's going to select all of the same instances in other variants, and I'm going to go to interaction and click on link plus, and on both of these that I have selected, I'm going to change it to blog. So now these will lead to blog, and because we're basically reusing an instance of this component on every page, we effectively made this change on every page. So if I launch the preview, you can see that if I go to customers, for example, I can go from customers to blog, but I can also go, for example, from features to blog. So this is an advantage of using components, of using the menu navigation in the form of a component to basically, so that you have to make changes just in one single place. Okay, case studies. I believe that we already linked those. You can see that there's a link going to case studies. Okay, so that's good. Then we have press releases. So I'm going to select press releases and then link that to press releases. Okay. Brand assets, we already set that up. And then about us. So in about us, let me actually select about us and then do Command Option A, go to link, and then let's link all of these buttons to about us. All right, and then something similar to reach out to us, Command Option A, and then plus, and that's going to be actually contact us, right? It's a slightly different name than in the button, but yeah. And as you can see, we don't have the careers button in the menu. And because I don't want to overcomplicate this episode, I'm just going to link the first link in the footer, okay, in the responsive footer to go to careers. Okay, so I'm going to select the first link, click plus on the link, and then do careers. And I'm going to make this one say careers. Okay, so this one is careers. It's going to be Command U. It's going to be underlined. Let's do Command U on this one. So now when we click on this, we should actually go to careers. Oh, for some reason it got removed. So let me go again and do careers. Okay, let's test this because I don't know why the link isn't showing up. So if I scroll down, careers. Okay, brilliant. I can go to careers. Great. Now we actually need to make those changes that we did here also on the mobile menu. So as I said, features, integrations, and customers, that's all already set up. So now let's do about us. So let me select about us and do Command Option A. That's going to select all the instances across all these variants and do link and then about us. Okay. And then reach out to us, something similar, Command Option A, and then click on link and do contact us. All right. And now we need to finalize whatever's inside these drop-down menus. So blog and case studies, actually that's going to be case studies, is already, you can see this interaction is already set up, but not on the blog. So I'm just going to go on blog and do Command Option A. And then I'm going to do link and do blog. Okay. Case studies already set up. We can skip that. Brand assets is also already set up. Okay. You just don't see it. You don't have it on these because they're hidden. They don't have to be there necessarily. But let's do press releases. Select press releases, Command Option A, and then link. And that's going to lead to press releases. Perfect. So now let me launch the preview. And let's click through these links to see if everything works. Okay, so we have the homepage, features, then we have integrations, customers, then under resources we have blog, just a placeholder for now. Then we have case studies, then press releases, okay, then brand assets, about us, reach out to us, and finally, we got careers, but that's in the footer. So when I go to homepage, I can go to careers, but I can go to careers from integrations as well. So yeah, it's fully functional. Now let's test the mobile version. So that's going to be features, integrations, customers, and then we're going to have blog. That's the blog, case studies. Then we have press releases, brand assets, not now Figma, about us, and finally reach out to us. And then again, careers are going to be accessible from the homepage, from wherever the footer is. Now let's actually publish the page. So when I go to review issues, you can see that we have basically just accessibility issues, and that's just going to be labels and alt text. I don't think that's critical for now. So let me update the page. And when I now click through these links in my actual browser, you can see that it is fully functional. So we got the blog, we got case studies, we got press releases, then brand assets, about us, reach out to us, or contact us, the same thing, and then also careers. Okay, so that's good. And yeah, that's it. It also should work on mobile. So when I go, for example, to brand assets and then customers and then about us, it all works. Okay, and I have just noticed one small detail that on some of these pages, we actually didn't anchor the header to edges. So I'm just going to do that very quickly right now. I'm just going to do this and then 0, 0 on all of these, right? Everything needs to be 0, 0 and then left and right. So let me actually go one by one, 0, 0, left and right on all of these pages, 0, 0, left and right, 0, 0, left and right. Again, 0, 0, left and right. Also here, left and right. Perfect. Left and right, 0, 0, yes. So this is just a bit manual, but it needs to be done. And yeah, we're good to go, I think, okay? So if I go to About Us, for example, you can see that it is now fully responsive. Perfect. All right, that's it for today. Hope you learned something new. Hope you found this video useful. So this is how you set up pages and page links in Figma Sites, how you connect all the navigation together essentially. Now, what remains is filling these out with the designs. That's going to take a while, so definitely stay tuned. If you want to save time and support the channel, check the link in the description where you can purchase the source file for this series. And also, if you need personalized help, you can book a one-to-one coaching session with me, also using the link in the description. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next one.